Welcome to my MANformation journey. I'm Skip LaCour. Welcome to our MANformation journey. This is I'm sharing my experiences inside of the gym, getting this fly on the wall view of my training, and a lot more. Got a lot of things to share with you during this time that we spend together. Today I'm training back, and the first exercise will be cable pull downs. I'm going to do 3 sets, and this week, this is my second week back from my time off. And it's a new training routine. I'll do this for 10 weeks, and I'm going to be in the 4 to 6 rep range this week. So with these cable pull downs, first exercise, I will warm up. I did about 3 or 4 sets to warm up before I went into the heavy overload set in this 4 to 6 rep range. Now that exercise, I want to keep my body upright, but I want to get some momentum so I feel it in my back. I want to keep those elbows tucked in and get a real stretch at the top, and then pull it down. Again, keeping those elbows in. Second exercise will be cable rows. I'll be doing 2 sets in the 4 to 6 rep range, and I will have a straight bar now as opposed to a V bar. A lot of the MANformation routines that I'll have, you will see me with a V bar. I love the V bar, but for this particular week of training, I'm going to be using the straight bar. Now, with this exercise, I like to pull it to my belt buckle. I see a lot of people, they're almost to their mid-chest. I keep it low to my belt buckle. Won't be afraid to get some momentum there, so really get some weight on there. Keep my elbows tucked in. I explode in that 1 count, and while I'm contracting the muscles, and then I really control the weight, get a big stretch, and I pull it, let it go back in that 1-2 count. So it's 1, 1, 2. Right. So I'm showing you just 1 set here, but I did 2 sets for this exercise. All of these exercises during this MANformation journey, I'm going to be showing you just 1 set, at least for now. We'll see how this goes. Give you a sampling of my training. We can go through this journey together. Maybe I'll do more. You let me know what you want to see. Right, so the third exercise will be barbell rows. I'll do 2 sets in the 4 to 6 rep range. Now this is really taxing. I love this exercise. Now my back is warmed up. All right, so when I come to this third exercise, I don't need to warm up my back, but I do need to get mentally and emotionally and physically acclimated. So I did 2 sets with light, just a few reps, just get used to the movement before I loaded it up. And this one, you want to keep those elbows tucked in. I pull this to my belt buckle too. Now that's a lot of weight for me here in this second week. Yeah. Kind of got a little loose with form as it got heavy. I went for that 6 rep. Maybe I should have put that down, but it wasn't too bad. It isn't like I don't feel at all on the back. But that last rep wasn't the best one. It's kind of aggressive for me. These first 2 weeks back, I really get acclimated. The first week, I'm definitely training lighter than I normally would. Second week, I'll push a little bit more. It's like week 3, week 4. That's when you'll really see me get going, hopefully, right? Some of these that I've posted, these workouts, I had a gentleman on my YouTube channel say, show off, and I'm thinking, well, what am I showing off, right? And, you're going hard all the time, and I think he said heavy too. And this is just me getting acclimated, right? Heavy, light, it's all relative. It's how you stimulate the muscle. But weight is a factor. You want to stimulate the muscle with as heavy weight as possible, but not necessarily giving up the form, feel, and execution mind-muscle connection. So I'll do 2 sets of the barbell rows for back. All right, so the next 2 exercises, I'll really concentrate on the lower back. See, this is one body part. It's intense. Again, I'm going heavy. You get to actually see me, not me telling you what intensity is, right? So it's not a whole lot of sets, but if you push yourself, you're going to get a lot out of it. So these weighted hyperextensions, and so I've got 2 45-pound plates there. I'm in the 4 to 6 rep range here, too. I could have had the pad higher up. Should have adjusted higher. If you kind of watched that, you saw as I went down the bottom and almost brought the back end of it up, because I didn't have that position right for my body weight, and so I kind of have to keep it down. So I'll remember that next time. All right. So now we're going to the final exercise, and this is good mornings. You know, this is kind of exercise that I've always kind of, didn't look forward to, but I'm starting to like them now. I like this whole process of me filming this and not really worrying about just a fly on the wall, because it's pushing me already. I'm anxious to see if I do this on a continual basis, how much it motivates me, see what I can do as this old guy in the gym. All right, so now these, the weight I'm lifting is significantly more than last week. If you look at episode number 1, you'll see there I had 1 plate on each side, so now I'm doing 1.5. Now again, this is in the 4 to 6 rep range. The first week of this training is the 6 to 8, and then I'll finish off with the 6 to 8, and I'll explain exactly why that is. All right, it's mental, it's physical. You stack these 10 weeks of training, and then you do another MANformation training routine for another 10 weeks, a third, a fourth one, 40 weeks. It's going to build some physical strength, mental, emotional strength, and really challenging in the gym. And that's the beauty behind it. And as I explain it more, you'll see why I go from 6 to 8 reps, and then I go to 4 to 6, because the real lesson when you push yourself all through the first 9 weeks is what you can really do, not through theory, but you can really do, and you prove it to yourself when you get to that 6 to 8 at the end. And again, when we get to that, you'll understand why, and you'll understand why this MANformation training is so challenging, and it'll make you really realize there's a lot more you can do and love the whole journey. All right, so that does it for this back workout. So I've got a message for you.
I just want to take a quick moment to talk about something that is so important. I can share with you all the training strategies, the eating strategies, how to set up your workout, the right amount of sets and reps, the weight to use, the right amount of calories, the right macronutrient ratio, how to organize it in your day. I willingly share all these strategies with you joyfully. But I'll tell you, what's going to make it all happen is your mindset. And that's what makes the difference between those who really achieve at a high level and those who are frustrated, they're confused, they can't follow through. And even if they have the right strategy, they know they're not putting forth the effort that they know they must do to reach their goals. And they don't feel good about it because they can't get themselves to take action. Mindset is so important. That's why I infuse it with everything I talk about. Anytime you see someone who has achieved something that you admire, let me just tell you something. There's a storm going on in their head that for whatever reason, they've attached the achievement, the accomplishment, training hard, looking good, being lean, sticking to their diet, whatever it is, or they made a lot of money. Maybe they get up really early in the morning and they come to you on a consistent basis in an empty gym, right? They have the cars, the house, the home, all of these achievements that you admire. And maybe I want you to think about this. Is this true in your case too? For whatever reason, they've attached getting out of pain. It's not just all the pleasure. Sure, it's pleasurable, especially after you've done it for a while, after you've been training for 30 years, it's a pleasurable event. But why did I do it? And when I talk to men, like I said, I just enthusiastically, willingly share strategies, but I know it's the mindset that's going to make the difference. And it's up to you to figure out why is it so important for you to follow through, to give the effort in the gym and your eating habit, to have the body you want, the health that you want. Everybody's story is different. A lot of guys ask me, what's going on with you? Why are you so driven? Why are you so passionate? And they admire that. But I'll tell you what's going on in my head that makes me do all of this and has done it for so many years and continue to do it. Not only has that changed over the years, right? It's not going to apply to you anyway. Right? It's your job to figure out why this is so important for you. And I'll tell you, a lot of guys, they push away the pain. They got to get in shape. They're carrying all this extra weight. They're you know, if you're a little bit older, you're in your 50s, let's say, and you know, you're 6 foot tall, 5'9", and you're carrying over 250 pounds. Man, that's not necessarily good for your body. Maybe when you were 25, you were trying to get big and huge, but you know, at this age, all that mass, especially if it's body fat, you know what you got to do. And we put that off. We all have blind spots where we put it off. We're not rational. I'm not rational. Sometimes we can use our being irrational to drive us forward to achieve great things. Sometimes it creates these blind spots. You got to figure out why this is so important to you. That's specific to you, your pain, your pleasure, whatever you want to get out of. Right, I talk about The Rock. Everybody loves The Rock, the actor The Rock. You know, and they think, wow, he's such a hard worker and he does all these movies and he gets paid so much, it must be really easy for him to train and eat. Probably is at this point, especially because he's been rewarded greatly and he will continue to be rewarded. That's what we all want to be rewarded for our efforts. But the real story would be to climb inside his head and why did he follow through? And it's not genetics, you know, it's not advantages. We all have advantages, we all have disadvantages, but what makes the difference is what we do with it. You know, he talks about, you know, depression. You know, I don't know what's going on in his head, but I'll tell you, what got him to follow through is because he just attached getting out of pain to what he was going to accomplish. And just look around. I don't care what it is. I don't care if it's business. I don't care if it's the person who has the greatest relationship or the greatest body. Right? They have a story. They have a story. You know, they're joyful. It comes easy to them now because maybe they have 10, 20, 30 years of mastery, but that's not where it started. That's not what you need to focus on right now is all the great things. Yeah, sure. But how has that worked so far getting you to follow through? Dig deep. Don't be afraid to go there. It's not going to last forever. Everybody has a story. What's yours? Talk to so many men and you know, their health concerns, they're worried about their children, if they're going to be healthy for their children, and they still can't get themselves to follow through because we have this tendency to push away the pain. You know, that's one thing that I step into, and sometimes I ask myself, am I being too morbid here? Am I being too morbid thinking about, you know, my legacy? I think about my health. I mean, when I train, I'm not going to rip off a body part. I'm thinking about my kids. But I'm also going to train to be healthy. It's all about my kids. I want to live the longest life. I want to, you know, be there for them in full capacity. And I'll do the extra things. I'll show up. I'll work hard for them. Right? Me not giving my all and then falling short with my kids, that's my pain. That's my driving force. That gets me to do amazing things. But that's my story. I don't know what the Rock story is. Right? But you got to figure out what your story is. Quit pushing away. Let me help you. I tell you, I've been in personal development 36 years, working for the masters like Tony Robbins, spending hundreds of thousands of dollars learning that. Again, that's 6 years more than I was into bodybuilding. And I've helped out so many men throughout the years. And I'll tell you, you can't get yourself to do the strategies. We need to look at, you know, your why. And I can help you cultivate it. Sometimes we push it off. I know I push off things too. We all do that. But we've got to hit it head on. And I can talk to you with my skilled questions, working with people to get them to feel emotion, feel that emotion that they need to drive. See, because it's always there. It's something that we wake up maybe an hour before it's time to wake up, and we toss and turn thinking about our worst fears, and then we can push it away. I'm telling you, we got to hit it head on. Reach out. I'll put a link down, fill out that questionnaire, because this is the driving force. If you're learning all the strategies, you're loving what we're doing here, but you can't get yourself to follow through. Let me help you dig it up. Let's face this once and for all. Let's use it to empower us. I know it empowers me. I'm sure it empowers The Rock. I'm sure it empowers every person you admire who's achieved something just outrageous, and it's probably helped you over the years too. All right, guys, so that's today's message. Hey, thanks for joining this MANformation journey and a whole lot more. Have a great day.